Hello, you guys. How is everybody? It's Thursday. The weekend is almost here. Let me say hi to people. Hi, Blanca. Hi, Shelly Bean, Spicy Sugar, Mayla's mom, Teacup Kraken, Kathy, Natasha, Nature Rocks, Lil Red, MK Lynn. What you doing? It's no more frog and lion. I spiced it up, MK. Going to the rave. Hello, Red. Let me see. Amanda, A Million Sparkles, Shelly Beans. I think of Music City Mom. Hi, Megan. Oh, let me take a deep breath. Here we go. Sexy Wild Thing McLovin, freaking Babyface Klaus. Hi. Hi, Rainbow Mom. Good to see everybody. Oh, wait, hold on. We have a late entry, but I can't find it. What happened? Where'd it go? I see Shamita, but I can't highlight it. It went away. Hi, Shamita. Okay, let me bring Allie up because I want to talk about something briefly, and then I want to get right into it. I don't want to keep you guys too long because I know that Melissa Jade and Tess, Mac, and I think Shay, and I'm not sure if Malicious Intent is going to be up there or not, but they're doing a live about Mara Murray, and I have been waiting. I have been very excited. I heard a little bit of it on Malicious Intent, but I'm very excited to hear all of it over on MJ's. Hello, Allie. What you doing?
Hey, nothing. Finally done for chores and all the things today. And I am just so excited. Like when I shared the live just now, I wrote "Come Rage with Us" because I have so many thoughts and I can't wait to talk it out with you, which we haven't even talked, which usually we would. We've messaged a little bit about it, but we have not talked about it. So I can't wait to hear it from you.
Girl.
I know.
Okay. So first of all, the first thing I want to say is, you guys all probably know about what happened. We have lost a community member, Heels in the Air. She is a clip channel. More than a clip channel though. I mean, she has a great channel. But she passed away, and my heart, my sadness, my prayers, my condolences go out to her friends and to her family. I did not know her outside of just YouTube. Um, she was always kind to me. She was, never nasty to me or anything like that. We would chat in the chats. She was a cool chick. So she is going to definitely be missed. I will miss her intro to her videos.
Oh
She
God,
would
I
always
love it.
put up different people dancing, and it was just really, it
Yeah,
was just like laid back, and I,
it's
it's
very
sad.
sad.
It's sad.
It's so very sad. I didn't know. I also didn't know her very well, but I had talked to her about cases a few times on different panels, and the intro, like during Summer Wells' case, I was telling Pointer Lover, like it was such a hard time emotionally with following Summer's case, but her intros, like it would help. It was just, I don't know, I love it. It brought me so
Ab-
much joy during those times.
Absolutely. Also, okay, so let's all take um, let's have a moment of silence for heels.
Mm-mm.
Rest in peace, heels in the air. You will be missed. You will be
Yeah.
missed. I'm sorry, and I think that there's something like arrangements and stuff being made, and I don't know if her family is going to need help or whatever. But if they do, I will absolutely share that out with you guys and let you guys know. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was my irritation. Oh, hold on a second. Son of a bitch. Um, I was waiting for this to go live for a very long time, and it took a while for it to actually happen. There was quite a bit of like sound checking, and every time there was a sound check, I would get hold on, excited about it,
You mean
and
with
I
court
would
today?
think it was time, and then it wouldn't be time, and then it was like really abrupt. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, the sound on this ain't the greatest. It's not my issue. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sharing court TV stream. They tried to fix it. I think it has something to do with the you know, acoustics in there. So, hey, Harlotte Oscara. So, hey, Kathy, Ava, good to see everybody coming in. Thank you so much. Okay, are we ready, Allie?
I'm ready. I just want to say,
No.
um, no, just about the try or the sentencing today or whatever. When we were following Harmony's case, we covered it some with Sleuth Mom, and she was over here on your channel, I think on mine too, and she covered it like very closely and very well, and I hope she's okay because it just it's sad. I know that she's angry with us, and I don't really care, but like at the end of the day, when I didn't see her streaming today, the
I
sentencing and
looked
stuff,
I looked for her
yeah.
too. I looked for her too, and I thought of her just the way that you did. I know she's mad at us. Look, I'm mad at what was said. I think it was just misdirected anger, and
Yeah.
just it is what time heals things. But I did think of her today, and I did notice. I looked for her to stream, and she didn't, and that was a little shocking because she did cover this
Yeah.
case, and she did an amazing job. Um, she was Harmony's voice. She really was. She did a great job. So, all right. Now, many of you guys know that Adam didn't want to show up to court today for his sentencing, but the judge said, overruled. You will show up. And so they made him show up. And Allie and I were talking before it started, and she was asking me if I thought he would show up. And I said, there are ways that he could try to not come. He could pull a stunt, but I'm sure that he's being monitored very closely. And lo and behold, he showed up. So here we go.
Yeah.
Seated. Council approach.
Already, council approach. Hold on.
Good morning, Your Honor. Benegatti for the state.
Well, Jen,
Caroline Smith with the public defender.
Yes, ma'am.
before we even watch, can I get your thoughts on something that I can't even hold my tongue any longer? The fact that he would not make that deal with them, it just crushed my soul. I cannot believe that. I am so angry at all of these people, him and Kayla, I mean. And the fact that he didn't take that deal, like, I got to know what you thought about that. I cannot understand it. I know we're going to hear it in a second. It hurts my heart. I bawled watching this. This was horrible. It was awful to watch. And, yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about that? That's just bullshit.
So it is absolute bullshit. So when the prosecutor said that, not literally, because obviously I would need medical intervention, but my heart went past my stomach and straight to my butt. I'm not even going to lie. I thought for just 1 second, I had hope. I thought, okay, he's going to do the right thing. And then he didn't. And I was like, bruh, what the fuck? Because now there was some arguing back and forth when it comes when his attorney gets to make, speak on behalf of Adam. And it was more than clear to me that what the state was talking about had nothing to do with the second degree murder charge, but the charges that he had already admitted guilt to and said that the jury could find him guilty on.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about. And he should have taken it. He should have taken it, but he didn't. And it was such a coward bullshit ass move. So, and I was so upset. I really thought for just a second, he's going to do it. He's going to do the right thing. He's going to give, it's even if look, I don't give a rat's fat kneecap if he hates everybody connected to this case. I don't care. But Harmony deserves a place to be put to rest. And for, even though, he doesn't get along with her mom and her mom's family, I don't care. They deserve a place to go to mourn her. Her brother deserves a place to go and mourn her.
Hey, T. Adams.
Hey, T. Adams. Hey, everyone coming in. Punk C, Tess, Crazy Mama. Okay, you guys.
T. Adams just stood out to me because T. Adams is a part of all of our communities. She does not belong to one person or anything. She's I just don't like that.
I like the fact that I enjoy it when I see subscribers flitting around to different communities, different chats. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because, when I'm on this channel, I'm a creator on this channel, but the rest of the time I'm just regular old Jen Lou. I'm just a subscriber and I like to go where I want to go when I want to go there. And I encourage everybody to do it. And Boho Hobo, I did get your email today. I just saw it today and I will read it as when I'm done with this and get back to you. Hey, beach lover. So are we ready, Allie? Should we do this?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. All right. Also, just FYI, I am not uploading the live chat. Say what you want and I'll delete it afterwards. Don't worry about it. Because I think everybody should have an opportunity to have their moment to say what they need to say. And, get it out. Because we went through, her missing. We went through Harmony missing. We went through the trial for her murder together. And now we're going to go through her sentencing to Adam's sentencing together, and we're going to get through it together. Here we go.
All right. Good morning. One moment, please.
Was he crying?
I don't know
I
what
know,
he
Tiff.
was doing. I don't know, but I'll tell you this. When I was watching it on my TV today, there was a moment when I actually thought that he looked like he had a black eye.
Yeah, he definitely has dark eyes. I kind of see what you're saying there. And then after Jameson's dads did their statement, he looks back and he looks like his eyes are swollen.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see together.
See, he looks like he's got the ends of a black eye there. And I don't know who cut his hair, but they messed up in the back there with the guard. There's a different, you see, there's like a chunk.
I noticed
When
that.
you are ready, Attorney Gotti, you may proceed.
Thank you.
Good,
I noticed that earlier.
good. You on national TV with a chunk taken out, show her and a potential black eye. Fantastic.
Yeah. I think we offered him a
Your
ton
Honors,
of
you know the
grace,
defendant
Jen,
has been
during the
found
We
trial.
tried.
Now I can't do it now.
beating Harmony Montgomery
Tried.
in July
Not
of
now.
2019,
Mhm.
guilty of murdering Harmony Montgomery, a child under the age of 13, and then transporting and hiding and abusing her body and compacting her into smaller and smaller bags and ultimately disposing of her on March of 2020, and tampering with witnesses afterwards to ensure that this horror story that we heard at trial stayed silent. Under our law, after the second-degree assault, after what he did to her and the other crimes to hide other acts to hide his crimes, under our law in New Hampshire, that means that the mandatory minimum sentence that the defendant must receive for second-degree murder of a child under 13 is at least 35 years in prison. So the question for us today isn't why the defendant should get the minimum mandatory sentence. The question is, how can the minimum sentence ever apply to the crimes that were committed by this man? How can the minimum ever apply when he beat Harmony the night before and the morning of, and time again as he drove from the methadone clinic to Burger King, and he beat her to death and then covered her up to suffer and die in the car while he ate his food? The state's position is, how can the minimum ever apply when this court recognized at the last sentencing hearing that he had 15 years of convictions for, quote, some of the most violent and egregious criminal behavior, end quote, that this court had ever seen? How can the minimum ever apply when he's lied over and over again that he didn't kill his daughter and that she was safe somewhere when he was first asked by many different people? How can the minimums ever apply when he conceded at trial the crimes that involved the horrors that he inflicted upon her body from December 7th on forward up and until March, when he dumped her from the U-Haul that he had conned others into renting for him? How can the minimum ever apply when he's had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to tell investigators and others where she is right now, and she can't be laid to rest? There's nothing minimal about the crimes that he's being convicted for today. The state is not going to restate everything that's put forth in the state's sentencing memorandum word for word. The state's recommendation at this time is that the defendant serve 4 to 8 years, stand committed for the crime of second-degree assault, which occurred in July of 2019, and that should then be followed by consecutive sentences of 3.5 to 7 years for his falsifying physical evidence, for what he did to Harmony's body, with a concurrent sentence of 12 months for the abuse of corpse misdemeanor, followed by another consecutive 3.5 to 7 years for witness tampering, for beating his spouse to ensure that she would stick to the story he created, followed by not less than a minimum of 45 years to life from the charge of second-degree murder. The state recognizes that this is just a recommendation. The decision today lies with the court, regardless of what the state says. But that's the state's recommendation today. However, Your Honor, if the defendant will right now tell us where he hid her body, sufficient for us to find her, if he'll tell us right now where he put that CMC bag, so that her family and the Manchester Police Department can recover her remains in the next 7 days, then the state would amend its recommendation to a minimum of 35 years to life and let the second-degree assault, falsifying physical evidence, abuse of a course, and witness tampering sentences be served concurrent. But right now, Your Honor, if he tells us where we can recover her and we do so within the next 7 days, we will change our recommendation to 35 years. Since that offer has been rejected, Your Honor, that is yet another reason why the minimum should not apply. What I just said was not a stunt. It was not a theatrical event. I stated in closing arguments that there are moments in life where we are tested, where our failure or our success lies in whether we do the right thing at that moment in time. And time again, and about 30 seconds ago, the defendant chose again to be heartless and immoral and selfish and unapologetic, which for the purposes of you deciding his punishment and rehabilitation and his deterrence and coming up with the right sentence for him means that he has just yet shown you again in this courtroom, and for anybody else, that he is heartless, immoral, selfish, and an unapologetic murderer of his own child. Now, I was saying again, there's certainly nothing minimal about what he did to Kayla Montgomery, to abusing her into lying for him. There's simply nothing minimal about what the defendant did to Harmony and what he did afterwards. And that's why now, having just given an opportunity, we're asking you to impose nothing less than 45 to life for the sentence of homicide. You should impose more, but 45 is a bare minimum that this defendant deserves for what he did to Harmony. She is gone forever. She didn't get sick and get old and pass away. Something didn't just happen that night. He happened. She wasn't able to be surrounded by the people that loved her. And instead, when this court determines punishment, deterrence, and rehabilitation, it should consider that Harmony died in pain and in fear under a blanket, and nobody deserves that, especially a 5-year-old child. And that kind of death is different and weighs in favor of more than the minimum sentence here. You can, if there was a thief here, you could order the return of stolen property, or you could order restitution. When you sentence a defendant for an assault case, the victim can receive treatment and compensation for her injuries. But in a murder case, there's nothing directly that this court can do for Harmony. She's already ultimately paid the price of the defendant's anger and cruelty and frustration. But what can be done is recognize the value of her life and the terrible way she died by giving the defendant a significant prison sentence, something more than just the minimum. And certainly not the sentence that the defendant may ask you for in a few moments. You can make sure that he's not going to hurt another child. You can do that for Harmony. And in that process, you'll also be doing justice for the people who cared about Harmony, for the many people that worked hard to hold her killer accountable. Except most of those people, several of them are in the courtroom today. Many more are out there. Some who are present here today would like a chance to address the court, Your Honor. Most notably, and I think has to be first and foremost, Your Honor, is Harmony's biological mother, Crystal Sword. She's present here today. She has prepared a victim impact statement that we have written that we can provide to the court afterwards, but we would like her to be able to speak to you and present her thoughts.
Should we do so?
Okay. Before we get to Harmony's mom, on her victim impact statement. It looked to me, Allie, and correct me if I'm wrong, and you guys tell me in the chat. Also, I want to say hi to Legendary CEO who's just come in. I'm sorry, let me call him CEO Legendary, because Legendary CEO always calls me Lujen. So I'm going to call Legendary CEO Legendary. Who else did I just see come in? Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Vanessa. I think I said hi to everybody coming in. Mayla's mom, I don't remember. Nurse Kristen. Okay, so here's the deal. You guys are right in the chat. He could have absolutely told them where Harmony's body was and still maintained his innocence on the second-degree murder charge. He could have. Absolutely. Hey, Nadine, my boo. That would not have violated any of his constitutional rights. Allie's done had it. She'll be back. He could have told he could have said where Harmony's body was and still maintained innocence to the the second degree murder charge and still gone ahead with appeals. But what I found was interesting is that he none of his attorneys ever said anything. And they're the ones that speak for him. And none of the defense table even turned to look at him. Not even Bootleg Elaine. So.
Sorry.
Hi,
I
babe.
missed your question because my mom called. What were you saying?
I said, okay, was it just me or did it look like from that none of the defense table even looked over at the prosecution when they offered the deal? Like they were just filling out paperwork like they're at the ER, you know?
Yeah, I know. I had wondered, was this something that they already had said no to? Because yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I thought that was rude. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, aside from the bullshit, I'm talking about rude on the attorney's part. Adam is a piece of shit. So, yeah. All right. So now we're going to hear from Crystal Sorey. And then we're going to hear from Crystal Sorey's sister. And then we're going to hear from an advocate speaking on behalf of Kayla. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I know Allie and I got nothing for her, and we're highly upset. And I know you guys are upset. So I think I'm going to try to just allow the statement to be read without interruption. I said I was going to try. I can already tell it's not going to work because my sweet Allie over here is like, hell no, I got to say. And you know what? For me personally, it probably wouldn't work for me any damn way. The minute she says, I know exactly what she said. I remember what she says. It's stuck in my brain. I was just going to try. I don't even know why I said that I was going to try. It's not happening. Okay, here we go. Let's listen to Crystal real quick.
Okay.
Thank you. To the monster who murdered my baby. I did not kill my daughter, and I look forward to trial to refute those offensive claims. That is all you have said about my sweet daughter's life. Another lie, like all the other ones you've told. Like the cover story you told, that you dropped her off with me, knowing full well and good if you had, she would be thriving right now. Not beaten and stuffed in a CMC bag where you put her. She had a life worth living, unlike your own. And it bothered you to your core that she was nothing like you and everything like me. beautiful inside and out, funny, smart, sassy, loving, and most of all, kind. She wasn't a coward like you, and I'll be forever grateful for that. You're a coward who has to be in control of everything and everyone around you, insecure and paranoid. The list goes on. She is none of those things. She lit up a room when she walked in. She made a mark wherever she went, and you couldn't stand it. She was an incredible big sister. She loved her brother, Jameson, to her core, and I know she loved your sons too, no matter the picture you tried to paint of her. December 7th will forever be the darkest day of my life. The night you beat her to death, I woke up in the middle of the night in agonizing pain, from my head to my toes, and I felt like I was dying, not knowing, in the most brutal way, a part of me was dying. Suffering in that back seat for 20 minutes while you and your wife fed yourselves and your other children, and you got high. 20 minutes that you could have used to save her life. Did she cry for me? Did she scream? Did she beg you to stop? I'll never know. Because like I said, you're too much of a coward to tell the truth and do one good thing for Harmony. You may have taken her physically from me, but she is always, always with me. And I will forever look for her until the end of my days. But I hope that every day and every night you are on this earth, you hear nothing but my baby's giggle. I doubt you ever heard it in this life. All she knew with you was misery and fear. I hope you hear her sweet voice telling you to stop hitting her over and over, or how she looked the very last time you saw her, broken and bruised. You were supposed to protect her, yet you did the opposite. Harmony wasn't anything to you but property that you could throw away when she was more of a burden to you than a meal ticket. Your hatred for me led you to act on your monstrous, controlling ways, and you took her because you just could not let her come home where she belongs. My love for Harmony outweighs my hatred for you, but they both gave me the strength to listen to my instincts and to help the police put you away forever. Harmony will live on through me, and you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything to stop it. I wish you nothing but pain and misery for the rest of your pathetic life, and with or without you, we will find my daughter. I always knew you weren't a good person, which is why I left you. I just never knew to what extent, but now I know you're just plain evil.
All right, Allie, what you think, babe? Okay, back to me.
Sorry, I had a mouthful of chips.
All right. Are you
I
having
was
snack?
shoving salt and vinegar chips in my salt and vinegar chips in my face. I think I know a lot of people have anger towards her, and I understand towards Crystal. I do understand that because I have some, not anger, but some frustration with some of the situation, and especially when we get to, the story concerning Jameson's dads and how that was kind of twisted, and they had to, I don't know, it's all a frustrating situation, but I know that
It is.
even she, no matter what, I believe she did advocate for Harmony to go with Adam. I believe that was because she thought she would have a chance to see her if she did, right? Instead of a stranger. And nobody, she would have never, I'm sure she never dreamed this would happen. So I feel for her a lot. I don't have really great feelings about the lawsuit and the money situation happening, but I mean, that's just where I'm at. What about you,
Right.
Bendy?
Well, I agree with you. I feel like at the end of the day, yes, she did advocate for Harmony to go with Adam. And I think that she advocated because she didn't want Harmony in the system, quite frankly. And she wanted an up, and I think she thought she would get her life together and that Adam would give her back where she could be in harmony. You know, that's really what I think I think that's what she was thinking. I don't think she thought that Adam would keep her forever. And so I think that's why she did it. But at the end of the day, regardless of what her recommendation was and her advocating was, there were supposed to be checks and balances along the way that, frankly, I don't give a rat's fat kneecap if Crystal had shown up to that hearing and gotten on her knees in front of the judge and pleaded for Adam to get custody of Harmony. At the end of the day, Adam's record should have prevented him from getting her at all, period. And the system failed Harmony. And that is what breaks my heart, because look what happened. I mean, you know, it's just awful.
Yep. Hey, K-Brace.
Hey, K-Brace. So, hey, Amy. Hey, Squirrel. Okay, so now we're going to hear from Crystal's sister, Harmony's aunt. All right. And then her advocate person is going to read.
In addition, another member of Harmony's family was Miss Brittany Sorey, her aunt. She would also like to address the board.
To the most vile human on the planet, the day Harmony was born is the day that will forever feel like it was just yesterday. My sister was in labor and you were in prison. Always keeping you posted. I remember that phone call with you right after she was born and they were both in the recovery room. I was talking you down from how scared you were because you just wanted to be the best dad. And I believed in you and reminded you how good you were with my daughter, that you would be the best dad and not to worry. I couldn't even believe how wrong I actually was. You are a monster, Adam, not the monster who's in your nightmares or the ones that terrify you when you're little. You're the monster that pretends to be a daddy and then brutally abused, tortured, and beat your 5-year-old daughter to death for the accidents you caused by locking her in a room 24/7, traumatizing her and making it blatantly clear that she could not trust, count on, or come to you when she needed someone. You didn't fight for her for 4 years like you had Kayla claim on your behalf. You lied and you forged documents. You did it to have control again over something in my sister's life. You never for 1 second loved Harmony, because if you did, she'd still be here today. You wanted to control her, and when you couldn't, over and over again, because she reminded you of my sister, you took her from us because you didn't want anyone else to have her. More proof of the absolute coward you are. The fact that you sat in court at your gun trial, like my sister said, and tried to use Harmony for some sympathy by saying you cannot wait to refute the offensive claims that you killed your daughter and you didn't and you loved her. Jury selection day, you showed up smiling at the jurors, proving exactly how evil you are. Then tell the judge the day of opening statements that you did all but kill her and expect a bunch of people to believe yet another lie from you. Because your egotistical ignorance makes you believe you are somehow smarter than anybody. You have the nerve to claim to be a victim of the disease of addiction and how it destroyed your life and all the crybaby stories you tell. The fact is this: you are a selfish, evil, conniving, poor excuse for a human being, and I hope you sit in prison every day while she haunts you day and night until it's unbearable, because that's what you deserve. I used to call you my brother. We used to talk about everything. I've seen you break down and cry and open your heart up to me. Even when you first got Harmony, I messaged you and I told you that I would help in any way if I can, if you needed it for Harmony and wanted to be a part of her life. And just like anyone else that reached out, you blocked me. You had so many chances to change the result and let her go with people that loved her, but you didn't, because you knew she would have told all about the abuse, so you killed her. If you're any type of man at all, Adam, or you ever loved her for 1 second, you would tell us where she is, so at least she can rest in peace after everything you put her mind, body, and soul through. Regardless, karma will get even because you don't destroy such a beautiful soul the way you did and not reap what you sow. So may it be.
What did she say at the end there? Did she say, so let it be?
She
Or
said,
so shall it be?
She said, so mote it be, like the Wiccan thing.
That's what, okay.
Yeah.
Because when I heard it, at first I was like, did she just curse him? I think she just cursed him. Like
yeah,
not,
so mote it be.
yeah,
Seemed
like
really-
nature will like let the universe take its course, and it,
Right.
what comes around goes around. Thank you, because I couldn't understand what she said, but I wanted to make sure. Okay. Now.
Me and Tess were talking about it during the time, and she went back and checked closed caption because I was like, is that what she said? And she said, yeah, that's what closed captioning said. So
okay. Also, thank you so much, Squirrel, for the why is it not in my, it's not starred. That's so weird. Thank you so much for sending that. And I can't highlight it, Squirrel. Hold on. Maybe if I scroll up, I can. Yeah, I can. Here we go. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was incredibly generous. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay.
can you replay the end of her statement again?
Yes, I can. But I won't. Just kidding. Can you imagine if I was like that? All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. Because the closed captions aren't on here. So
Okay.
they not available.
Okay.
Because you don't destroy such a beautiful soul the way you did and not reap what you sow. So may it be.
What do you think? No, you didn't break it. It's just StreamYard. StreamYard's been acting up. Don't worry about it, Squirrel. I'm just grateful. That's what she said, right?
Yeah, I think that's what she said. But yeah, Tess, I think Tess was watching on the local news or somewhere else where it did have closed captioning. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, this is where I'm frustrated. Okay. Technically, under the law, Kayla is a victim of Adam. And as such, she is afforded the right to speak. Now, she would have been out of her gourd to have the audacity to stroll up in this sentencing hearing and speak to Adam directly after all of everything she did and everything she didn't do. So this is go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Get it out. I said we were going to get it out tonight. We're going to get it out tonight.
It was absolutely sick. She made it all about her. To me, it was like a plea of, I'm sorry, I had to do what I can do. Hopefully we can reconnect in the future.
That's what it sounded like to me too. It was like, hey, Adam, psst, I'm leaving the door ajar. The door is not closed. The door is a little bit open. I hope you know that I had to say what I had to say because, we have 2 kids. But the door is still open. Piece of shit.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. It just, I don't know. Tiffany, she was released. I think Tess said on the 5th, actually.
Mm-hmm.
She went to her halfway house. She definitely still loves him. And it just makes me wonder about, I don't know. I've always wondered what was the actual truth. Was there little things she left out? She didn't even talk about Harmony. Do you think like a little girl that precious could live with you for that long and you could witness her be murdered and go and not even mention her? She didn't even make an impact on you? Oh, Jesus.
She said nothing about Harmony. Absolutely nothing. And that's what pissed me off the most. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell, you know? Hold on a minute. Let me look at something. Wonder why it's not doing it.
Megan, she was not one of the ones he has the no contact order against. But
No.
Bambi, I'm gonna mute for a second because we're
Okay.
getting ready to start dinner, and then I'll be
Okay.
right back. Okay.
Okay. Grace on Wheels, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you want to go right into listening to the advocate read for Kayla, or if we should have a little palate cleanser and I should play the membership video. So 1 for membership video, 2 for go straight into the advocate speaking on Kayla's behalf. One. 1. Okay, I think what I say 1 was to play the membership video. You should pay attention. Yeah, because the last thing I said was to hear. All right, so we'll play the membership video really quickly, and then we'll go right into it, okay? We'll just have a little palate cleanser because we're all going to need it. All right, here we go.
For the gossip, blah blah.
No malicious intent or effort was towards it. No malicious.
We all do a little mad sometimes.
All right, here we go.
One of the other individuals in this particular event who is not present here in the courtroom today, but is the victim of the crime, that is the victim of the crime of witness tampering, is Ms. Kayla Montgomery. She has prepared a statement. We've submitted there. We will be submitting that to the court as well. It has been provided to the defense counsel. She has asked a victim advocate to please read the statement for her.
If the victim advocate could please state her name for the record and also the Kayla Montgomery's statement.
Certainly.
My name is Amy Van Auken, and I'm reading a statement on behalf of Kayla Montgomery. Goodbye. I wanted to write a letter to you because it's the only way to tell you how I feel. I don't know about you, but I need some kind of closure. I will forever have a place in my heart for you, whether you believe me or not. You were my best friend, my husband, the person I chose to spend the rest of my life with. You are the father of our children we have together, and I'm forever grateful for having them. I will never forget the birth of our first son we have. That was one of the many best days of my life. We had just gotten married and started a family of our own. I'll never forget when your grandmother said to me, "You're the best thing that has ever happened to my grandson."
Yeah, I'm not going to make it through. Sorry, you guys. Okay. You need closure, Kayla? You need closure? All right, so let me tell you why this, hey, Pointer Lover. Yes, nature rocks. Bruh, indeed. Okay, so Rainbow Mom, why did they allow this? Okay, so here, hey, Mrs. O, they allowed this because under the law, Kayla is a victim. Kayla is a victim of the tampering with a witness charge because, yeah, I think it's crap. It is what it is. You guys, it is. Ugh. I don't have anything for her. And, again, let's just keep going until Allie tells me to mute.
I'll always remember the births of all the children we have. Also, when you stepped up to be a father to Harmony. You worked so hard to get custody of her, and it took a few years.
I lied. You'll remember the births of all the children? That's good. Will you remember the fact that the last child was created under a ceiling where Harmony's body was? Will you remember that, Kayla? I really hope that you do.
But you got her. I won't forget the day we picked her up and brought her home. We were so excited. Then, during the summer, was when we both started to go downhill because of relapse. After 5 years of sobriety, that was the beginning of the chaos. By the time Thanksgiving came around in the year 2019, we were losing everything. My job, our place to live, and after living in a car for a few weeks, we lost that. At the same time, Harmony dies because of your anger and hitting her so many times. We didn't even
Yeah, that's what she said. Hey, Charlie, good to see you. It's been a minute. Okay, Allie, come on, girl. I know you got plenty to say, Miss Ma'am.
I'm just furious. I'm just absolutely furious. I can't help it. And the way that she, in her statement, why does she have to outline what happened again like that? It feels to me like she's trying to take any blame off of herself. I don't know. I just didn't like the way any of it. I don't like any of it, Jen. It's infuriating.
Okay, so there's a part of the letter and they haven't gotten to it yet. Okay, but it's coming. Hey, Aussie True Crime. So they start reading this letter. Okay, they're continuing to read this letter, and y'all, it sounded very, very similar. This one section to a part of a letter that they found in her jail cell. And I thought to myself, huh.
I remember that, yeah.
Yes, and the part of the letter that it was like a part of a letter, but also part of like her thoughts. So she basically was talking about not in this impact statement. This was read at trial. Okay. She was talking about why she had to do what she did and getting herself straight for their kids. When you hear it, when I hear it, I'll pause and we will talk about it because
Okay.
it hit me right when the lady read it. I was like, wait, I've heard this before.
even know she passed away until the car died, and we had to take our kids out of the car. She didn't respond. She was lifeless. Then a couple years go.
I can't even do it, you guys. We had to take our kids out of the car. What was Harmony? Was Harmony not one of your children? You see?
Yep. I know.
You see? This is why I don't have anything for you, Kayla. This is why, girl.
I would expect to hear how, I don't know, Harmony touched your life, how you miss her. I'm sorry, but I know what it's like to have a little girl that isn't my child, and there's no way that a sweet little baby like that could be with you for that long and not like touch your heart. And then you find out they were viciously, or you were there, they're viciously murdered, and you have nothing to say about them and their impact on you. And I don't know. I can't get over it.
Yeah, and listen, the victim's advocate, I get it. The law is the law, and under the law, Kayla's a victim, and therefore she is afforded an advocate. So I'm not mad at this lady. This lady is just doing her job. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. She probably didn't want to read this. I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to read this shit either.
Go by, and during those years, we had to keep quiet about her being gone. You told me to stick with the story that you dropped her off at 6 a.m. at Dunkin's, where I no longer worked at, and brought her to her mother, Crystal, so she could stay there because it was better for Harmony.
It's like all she's doing is retestifying. We already heard this bullshit ass story, Kayla.
Exactly. Why? Why is she putting all those little extra details in there? I don't understand. To me, it's like manipulation. It's just like one of those people that's always the victim, that's always pushing, any kind of accountability or blame off on everybody else.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And mark my words, Kayla is not a stable individual, okay? And when she reoffends, and she will, because when somebody takes zero, she has had plenty of time to sit in jail and reflect and figure shit out. She's sober now, right? So this is her sober writing. So, which I'm not knocking her for getting sober. I'm glad she got sober, but she's sober now, right? So this is her, where's your atonement? Where's your accountability? I know that is in one of the 12 steps. I don't remember which one, but I know that it's there. And when yes, Charlie, she's out. And when she reoffends, and she will, I hope it's not to a child.
You know what, Jen? That's a
Huh.
freaking excellent point that you make about her becoming sober, because now that I think about that, and I know, when you get into sobriety, it's like a long time of just sitting with your thoughts and guilt and shame. You sit there and you think back of all the things that happen in addiction that you regret, and it kills you, and you start to change because of that and want to be a better person. Where is that happening for her? Because she's been sober for a while now. So I don't know. It is frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, listen, okay. When they announced that this was going to take place, that a statement by Kayla was going to be read, I thought, okay, this was another moment where I was like, okay, I was hopeful for just a second until she started reading. Maybe, we were very hard on Kayla during her testimony, but at the same time, Kayla can only answer the questions that she's asked. Okay. And the prosecution had testimony they wanted to elicit from her. And likewise, the defense had testimony they wanted to elicit from her. And so what I thought was, at this time, I thought, okay, now she's going to say something looking back, like, she was crying on the stand, but then hearing this, I'm like, well, who were those tears for? Because it doesn't sound like from this that they were for Harmony at all.
Exactly. They were not. They were all for herself, and because she can't be with Adam.
Exactly. Wait till we get to the end. The end.
Oh,
OMG, y'all. That part went all over me.
Oh, God,
this whole thing went all over me, but the end part went all over me too. All right, here we go.
Then you came and picked me up when my shift was done at 2 p.m. She wasn't in the car. She was with her mother. During those years of having to keep quiet, you started physically and mentally abusing me, accusing me of cheating on you, telling on you, and trying to kill you. The first time that you really hurt me was when you accused me of cheating and had me on the living room floor against the corner of the wall, telling me if I didn't tell you that I cheated on you, that you were going to F me up. When I never cheated on you and said that I didn't, you punched me right in the face a couple of times because you said I was lying, and I wasn't. So then I said, yes, I cheated on you so you wouldn't hit me, but you still did anyway. You started getting crazy when we would get high on crack. I told you I did things that I really didn't do because you said if I told you that I did whatever you'd accuse me of, that you wouldn't hit me, and I was dumb enough to believe you.
Now, I find that part to be highly impactful, not in any meaningful way towards Kayla, but because I feel like that was some insight there. And I feel like that's what he did to Harmony. I feel like, he would tell Harmony, say you're sorry. And Harmony would say she was sorry, or, say, whatever it was. I feel like he played that game with Harmony too. And I feel like she got hit anyway. And I feel like it wasn't an issue for Kayla until Adam turned his anger onto her. And also, thank you very, very much, Charlie. I appreciate that. And I think of you and your sister, and I keep you guys in my prayers and in my thoughts and in my good jujus. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, babe. You don't have to do that. But that's kind of what I feel like. I feel like people leak, and I think Kayla leaked. Oh, Kayla doesn't care that if this is about her, Mrs. O. Absolutely not. This letter is just ugh, here we go.
No matter what I said or did, he would hit me, punch me, spit in my face, or would have me in a chokehold and cover my mouth so I couldn't scream. You are not the person I married, not the person who loved me and who never hurt me. It's like I married my father. I never would have thought I would have to run away from you until I knew I had to take our kids and leave you. I'll never forget that day either. It was one of the hardest things for me to do. The last couple of nights after you got arrested the first time, I was sleeping with a knife because I did not know what you were going to do to me. After I found out that you got arrested, I went back to our apartment to grab a few things, and then I made the decision of not going back to live there anymore. I couldn't stay in the apartment after a year of chaos with you in there. Just all bad memories, barely any good ones. We had about 5 months total that year of living there that were good times. Other than that, nothing but bad memories. I'm so angry and hurt by you. I know you probably hate me because I had to do the right thing, but also because of all the bad. Not only did you lose your rights to our children, but so did I. Now I'm going to have to keep fighting for them to at least be back in their lives. You seem to forget you cheated, not me, and you just left the kids and I for some girl.
There it is right there. Okay. Now, I want to say this really quickly, and here's the deal. But before I do that, thank you, Megan, very much. That was super generous of you. Hang on, let me highlight it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, babe. Thank you. All right. So back during trial, it was the defense's theory that it was actually Kayla who unalived Harmony, and then Adam took care of the hiding up, cleaned up and did the hiding and moving of the body around, right? And there is something about this that just does not, you're the one that cheated. That's what you're mad about. There's more. And I know that the lady reading is not really putting a lot of tone into it, but I'm just going by the actual words that are being used. And Kayla is more angry at Adam for cheating and doing what he did. And now they don't have custody of their other children, right? But she says nothing about him taking Harmony's life at all. At all. Nothing. You're the one that was cheating. You left us for some girl. Bitch, he killed a child in front of you. Him tripping and falling and his wiener landing in some other girl's hoo-hoo is the least of your problems. What the F is wrong with you? That's what you're mad about?
Yeah, it's absolutely sick. My dad was talking to me for a second. So like 5 minutes ago, if you tried to talk to me, I couldn't hear it because I had to turn my earbuds down.
No,
But
I wasn't
yeah, you're
talking
mad
to
at
you.
Okay. Good.
I was ranting.
Well, I mean, I agree with you though. I was just during the whole thing, it's like I could feel everybody else's anger without even being in the chat. I messaged you, you're cussing, I'm cussing. Tess is messaging me cussing. B Crumbs was messaging me cussing. Everybody was raging, but for good reason. You care more about this, about him apologizing for messing up what's her face's car. Who gives a fuck? You've spent years in prison, you dumbass. I'm sorry. It's just I'm out of my parents' house now, so I can be a little louder, but it's ridiculous. Why are you even mentioning that? You've done prison time over this. He's gonna spend the rest of his life in prison. Who cares? Kelsey's dead. It makes no sense.
Right. She's like, bruh, I can't. All right, let's keep going because otherwise.
Packed your stuff and left to another state. I called you out on your BS when you're on your way to Maine, and I also called you out for being with someone else months before you left to Maine. You accused me, but you were the one cheating. The day you got arrested on January 2022, you called me and said to tell Kelsey you're sorry about her car. Yeah, right. That's all you're worried about, not your wife and children you may never see again. No apology for cheating on me and making me think I was crazy. So I got to do all I can to get back on track with my life. You caused so much hurt and pain. I don't even
It was
know why
right
I
there.
still care about you and actually feel bad for you.
It was right there. I got to do all I can to get back on track with my life. That was in another letter that she, or some writing. I don't know if it was half. It was like half of a list and half writing. I don't know what the hell. I can't remember what it was now, but she did say that.
I remember. Yes, I remember what you're talking about because they were using it like, you know, in the trial, like the defense was kind of bringing it up. Well, both sides, but specifically the defense in the trial to say you were asking for him back in this letter, in that letter where she was kind of
Yes.
like,
One
Yeah.
more time. That's what it was. It's the
Yes.
one more time letter.
oh God.
It's the one more time. If she told them what happened to Harmony, could she get one more time? Bruh. Listen, I don't give a rat's fattening
Yeah.
cap how good the D is. You know, it could never be so good that it would erase what. First of all, you punch me in the face
Hell no.
once. That's enough for me. A couple of times, we're for sure done, right? You're not going to put your hands on me. But before he even put his hands on her, she watched him, according to her story, essentially beat Harmony to death.
Yeah.
In front of her children.
Yeah. You're exactly right, though. How do you even still have attraction for somebody after that? Because if I see you be mean to an animal, then I don't want, like I would, and like you
Right.
said, you punch me in the face. I don't know. I think that she's, what do you call, like, not self-conscious, but like, she's just not in a good place because a strong woman would never accept that or even consider going back. You know what I mean? Somebody who is actually matured and in a more grown-up space. She reminds me of like a 16-year-old kid that just got out of a toxic relationship or something. It's like,
yes, she has low self-esteem. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, honey.
Yes, thank you, honey.
The thing is that I'm curious when Kayla really started using, because to be quite frank with you, she sounds like she's still at that age.
Yeah.
Like she's
Yeah.
like she's stuck there.
Yeah. And I don't know. It is really tragic though. I hadn't thought about it like this until we got on here. I was so angry at both of them.
Yes.
But, you know, when you think about it, he was sober. They were sober together. He did fight for Harmony. It's not easy to get kids out of the system. You're jumping through all their hoops and you know what I mean? It's not really usually easy. It's so unfortunate that without the drugs and stuff, I don't know that we would be here at all.
Yeah, it does make you wonder. Cray, the reason that the rat has fat kneecaps is because the rat is old and the metabolism of the rat has slowed down, and therefore the rat now has fat kneecaps.
He's got lymphedema.
No wise. Yeah, yes. The rat has edema due to a high BMI. Oh my God. All right, here we go.
Thank God for you guys. Okay.
Thank God. We need a little levity because this bitch has got me
Twitching.
pissed.
I know.
I am. Even the prosecutor, look at his face. He's like, man, this is part of the deal. She's a victim. We got to let her read this, but I can't even believe this cucka made me bullshit coming out of this piece of paper.
Oh, maybe it's because I'm not a cold, heartless person and still have some care.
What? You're not a cold, heartless person? When? You sat up here and this is sentencing. Yes, okay, we know he beat the crap out of you, which is bad. And he and in that way he interfered, you know, with a witness or whatever the hell he's charged with for fucking with you. But Harmony was a baby. She was 5. She lived her last days, moments on this earth. The entire time she was with you, fuckwads, she was in terror. You piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
I'm
when
rewinding
they
it.
said today, what was it? Okay, and just real quick, I was going to ask you. The foster mom said she was alive for 66 months, and she had her for 44 of those, right?
Yes, yes.
My
The
God,
last 2
that's
years of Harmony, essentially 22 months, the last 2 years of Harmony's life, they didn't have her. She was in another foster home, though, I think. And then, because they got Harmony in, well, she's going to tell us in a minute. All right, let's just keep going. She has pissed me completely off. Here we go.
My life. You caused so much hurt and pain. I don't even know why I still care about you. Yeah, right. But you were the one cheating. The day you got arrested on January 2022, you called me and said to tell Kelsey you're sorry about her car. Yeah, right. That's all you're worried about, not your wife and children you may never see again. No apology for cheating on me and making me think I was crazy. So I got to do all I can to get back on track with my life. You caused so much hurt and pain. I don't even know why I still care about you and actually feel bad for you. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not a cold, heartless person and still have some care about you. I was in love with you once. Now I still love you because you're the father of our children. This is goodbye for now. Maybe I'll see you at the future in some point. Goodbye, Adam. And then she lists the day they started their relationship was October 8th, 2015. And the day they married was Harmony's birthday, June 4th, 2017.
That's what, like a little high schooler, Jen.
Yes!
AM plus AM forever and ever on her notebook. What the hell? I'm sorry. Oh, God, I better just stop.
No,
Oh.
I'm right there with you. And then to say, oh, yeah, because I'm not heartless. Goodbye for now. Something tells me, something tells me that what Kayla's plan is she's going to do her, she's out. I'm sure, but she's not free and clear. She's on parole. She's being paroled or probation or whatever. I'm pretty sure that perjury is a felony. So she's a felon. So I'm thinking that what she's going to try and do is wait and get off of her parole and do all the things. And then she's going to try to go visit this fool because there's no contact order. She's going to find a way for him to be able to speak to him.
Mayla's mom asked earlier, how long do we think until she is like visiting him?
As soon as she's off felony parole. As soon as she's off.
Agree. If he allows it, she'll be there. And he very well might, even though she testified against him only because he's in prison.
Correct. And those visits, when you're on the phone or whatever, like at the glass, unless they have contact visits, unless he's allowed contact visits, then they're not monitored. But if they're the no contact visits, those are monitored. And maybe he thinks he can get her to confess.
Well, can they have, if she had a bigger part in it? I mean, I still have questions, honestly. I'll never feel 100% about any case we talk about, but I still usually have questions. But do you think that he could get like conjugal visits or anything?
Depends on what state.
I wonder if he can get them there because
let me look it up.
They are married.
Tell me what prison he's at. Well, maybe they do it for all prisons. So I'm just going to do a general. He's in New Hampshire, right?
It's the New Hampshire Men's State Prison, I believe. But let me just double check it really quick. Even though he's kind of hard to find on there for me now. Okay, he is online right now. He's at the New Hampshire Department of Corrections State Prison for Men.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. There are only 4 states that currently allow conjugal visits, according to Scalawag magazine. California, New York, and Washington State are the only 3 that allow contact, while Connecticut's visitation program must include children or a parent. What? That's really poor syntax.
I'm sorry. I wonder if that's just contact and not conjugal.
Well, there are only 4. Let me read it to you how it actually reads. There are only 4 states that currently allow conjugal visits, according to Scallywag magazine. California, New York, and Washington State are the only 3 that allow sexual contact, while Connecticut's visitation program must include children or a parent. That's literally the sentence. That's very troubling the way they wrote that. So,
Okay, also Mayla's mom, I just saw it. You guys, I'm not in chat 100%, but I'm trying. But I was trying to do it like other things while we're chatting too around the house. But
okay, I see what it means.
if I
Okay.
missed anything, that's why. What does it mean?
Okay.
And Mayla's mom has a question for us that I want to make sure to ask you when you're done.
Okay, so they have contact visits with, like, you know, your parents can do it, or your wife and your children can do it, and they're private. They have nothing. It has nothing. It's just really shitty syntax the way that was written. Okay, now what's Mayla's
Okay.
mom want to know?
How do we feel about? I'll pester you. You pester me. I love it because I missed it and I wouldn't see it if you did. If you don't, so
Yeah, just
she said, "How
pester
do we
me.
feel about Crystal walking out?" Because she did. I think that she left during that break in between, right after the victim statements, and did not come back in for sentencing. I believe I might be wrong, but I know that the local news interviewed her in between the two, like when the break happened, and I don't
Mhm.
know if she went back in. So Mayla's mom wants to know what are your thoughts on and my thoughts on that.
Well, you go first, and I'll tell you what mine are.
I think that I wouldn't have done that. I would have been there for every second of it. I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't want to be too critical of her. Even though like my gut instinct is like kind of anger and side eye. But also, I mean, she's going through her own personal thing with this. It was her daughter who lost her life. So just imagine how we were crying today and how upset it was for us, like how she must feel. So I don't know. I don't really know.
Okay.
Oh, at the start of Kayla's. Okay.
Yeah, she did. As soon as the victim's advocate stated her name and said who she was reading the letter on behalf of, that's when Crystal said, fuck this shit, I'm out. Now, I am not going to judge her because I think it's better to remove yourself from a situation that you know is going to cause you to come out of character and come out of pocket. And that day today was not a day about, was not for that. You know what I mean? This day was about harmony. And had she had an outburst or said something, you know what I mean? Like, I think it would have detracted, and that would have been what people were talking about rather than the absolute bullshittery that is Kayla Montgomery's victim impact statement. Like, get bent, bitch. Okay.
I agree with you. And like I said, it's like gut instinct is side eye because I feel like I would want to be for every second, even though I'm sure it was infuriating. But at the end of the day, I don't know what it's like to be in her shoes. And I don't know that I would survive it, to be honest. So I just need to watch myself and try to be
Yes. Now, for
understanding.
me personally, I am, but I'm older than she is, and it's taken me a very, very long time. But I will never allow somebody else to get me to come out of pocket or out of character ever. And so for me personally, I would make myself sit in that seat
Yeah.
and not get up, but I am not going to judge anybody else.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It's really tough. It just
it
is.
is tough too.
Okay.
Okay, so the next thing we can play is Jameson's Fathers. I'd like
Oh
to play
God.
that. and then I kind of want to end it because I'm just going to tell you guys, it's there, Bootleg Elaine gets up there and says a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo that doesn't even make sense. I mean, it does make sense, but it's, it is what it is. It's like she's doing her job. She's advocating for her client, and she did it like she was reading. You know how when you're like in elementary school and, it's reading time, and, the teacher will call on different kids to read, passages out of the book or whatever. And you have that one person who just reads like this and their inflection never changes. And, you can't even tell if there's being a question asked or if there's an exclamation point or a semicolon or any of those things. Maybe, it's just all the same tone. That's how it sounded. Like it was not an impassioned plea or anything, nothing. So I think we can pretty well skip that.
That's fine with me, but
I need a SIG after that, hearing it again. I'm going to play the Jameson's Fathers and have a SIG, but I'll be listening in the, listening. So, and then we'll talk about it. Y'all better act right.
Okay.
I'll be in the chat.
Okay. And then I love you. Y'all better act right. I'll be in the chat. You better be, but no, the attorney, she claims that he is taking their advice and not acting on something immediately. Is there a possibility that he could change his mind, or they would want to make that deal? I did see someone doing an interview on the local news who used to work in the prosecutor's office when the case started, and he said it is possible that they could come to some kind of deal like that and put in a motion together for like some kind of other sentencing, and it could work, let's say in the next 7 days, if he decided he wants to tell where she's at. There is a possibility that could happen, but
I mean, there is a possibility that could happen, but at the end of the day, all they can do is ask. And there's also a possibility the judge could be like, nope.
Yep. Yeah.
See, and in order for the deal, he would have, this is what the prosecution said. If you tell us where Harmony is and we can find her within 7 days, we will change the recommendation to the court. If you agree that that's what you'll do. But I don't know. I feel like, I'm sure that the judge would probably, that's what I think. I don't think he will. I'm with Pointer Lover. I don't think he will ever tell. This is his last little bit of control. And I feel like,
Well, it makes no sense. And her argument of to violate his constitutional rights of incriminating himself and all that stuff. Excuse me, he's already pled guilty. That makes no sense. I do not understand why he wouldn't just tell. Do you did you have any love for that baby at all?
know.
Any?
I know. And look at, if he was worried about it, right? And he was going to entertain it, what he could have done is he could have said to, through his counsel, right? I need much more clear and definite terms because I still intend to appeal on the murder. And they would have given him clear and definite and not definite, clearly defined terms. And that would have been, that's one thing. Nobody wants to violate although Adam doesn't mind violating other people's constitutional rights, like his daughters, but two wrongs don't make a right. So if we go around, as society and we go around, making excuses and violating people's constitutional rights, whatever, pisses me off. Okay, I'm going to play this and go have a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Okay. And everybody buckle up, because this is just one of the
this
most
breaks my heart.
hear.
This is where I started to cry. This is what made me cry.
Me too.
Not cry. Some kind of clear liquid substance was coming out of my eyes. I don't cry. All right, here we go.
Your Honor, one family
I
member
ugly cried, but okay.
heard from yet is with regards to a very young man. This is Harmony's younger brother, Jameson. He lived with Harmony up until the age of 1, saw her as late as 18 months in his life. Both of his parents are here, Mr. Blair Miller and also Mr. Jonathan Bobbitt Miller, and they have a statement they would like to present. Your Honor, thank you so much for allowing us to speak here today. Good afternoon to you. My name is Blair Miller, and my husband Jonathan and I are here today on behalf of our son Jameson, who we adopted in 2019. He is a 7-year-old boy who came to us from foster care. Jameson and his sister Harmony were in and out of different foster homes together. They seem to be on a path of surviving their troubling relationships, their circumstances together. To understand the true impact that this loss has had on Jameson and will continue to impact him, you need to hear the stories he tells us and wants you to know. He wants everyone to know. When we first adopted Jameson, he would always tell us about Harmony. He would tell us about her beautiful blonde hair. He would tell us about her glasses. He still does. He would tell us about her bright blue eyes. He would tell us about her wonderful smile that lit up a room. He would tell us that she was there to help him. Jameson has constantly asked us, "Where's Harmony?" Recently, he once was struggling to go to bed. He looked off in the shadows of his closet and said, "Is that Harmony there, looking back at me?" These are no questions for a little boy to be asking. He no longer can hold on to that hope. Since learning about the death of innocent and beautiful Harmony, Jameson has suffered. Just a few weeks ago in school, his teacher asked him to draw a picture of his family. He drew a picture of his 2 dogs, his 2 brothers, his 2 dads, but then he put a heart above all of us, and inside that heart was the letter H. He said that was Harmony looking down on us. Jameson constantly asks us, "Who took my sister away?" Adam, you took away his best friend, his sister. You introduced murder into his life and forever created a void that can never be filled. We will never have the right answers for him on this and can only tell him Harmony is an angel now. Jameson will grow up forever wondering how this happened, how his sister, who looked over him in foster care, didn't have anyone looking over her. You chose, Adam, to take our little boy's sister away. You don't ever deserve another choice in a free society. Your Honor, we are asking you to impose the maximum sentence.
Your Honor, this courtroom, and especially Adam, I'm Jonathan Bobbitt Miller, and I'm the proud adopted dad of Jameson Miller, the proud young brother of Harmony. Harmony is the reason that we're all here today. Harmony, the child Adam that you murdered, you introduced a nightmare into our son. You introduced evil of this world to him. You have manipulated the criminal justice system until now, and trying to explain that to our 7-year-old son is hard. Before Jameson knew of Harmony's tragic fate, he would go to the door when the doorbell rung, and he would say, "Maybe she's found me." He would search a park, he would look at school, and if there was any girl that had blonde hair and glasses, he would go up to them and say, "Are you Harmony?" I'll never forget the day that we told Jameson that Harmony was in heaven. He's a very active kid. And that day, he just stopped and he held us and he said, "No, I need my big sister." Why? Why did this happen? These are questions that Jameson has had and continues to ask. "Daddy and Dada, what happened to my sister? Why did she die? Why would anyone hurt her? How about her glasses? Were they okay?" My God, how will we ever help him process this horrible and brutal details of his big sister? Adam, you have to know you did that. As we celebrated Jameson's birthday in 2019, with a Mickey and Minnie Mouse theme. We had Mickey Mouse there. It's a Disney theme that he shares with his big sister and his mom. He wanted to save a gift from her that day, made from his Nana. It was a Minnie Mouse pillow, but instead, you were beating her to death. That was the same day. If Jameson was old enough to speak to this court today, he would want you to know the void that you left in his heart that can never be filled. Adam, he would plead with you to please tell us where she is. Let him have a place to go and remember his sister, please. He remembers her feeding him. He remembers when they would be at his foster home when she was there, that they would play in the park together. He remembers her glasses. He remembers how proud she was. How do we tell our 7-year-old that you murdered his sister, his protector, his best friend, and you showed no remorse? I wish they could be happy together today. Jameson asked, is she unhappy in heaven? If she can see him, and if we can visit her, why would anyone hurt her? That's what you've done to her son when you beat his sister to death. In her family, we really believe in love and forgiveness. I'm just not sure how to teach her son how to forgive the monster that murdered his sister. We as a family are leaning on God for that. Jameson also knows about the helpers. He knows about this court. He knows about the jury. He knows about the police from the local to federal. He knows about this community. We've told him these were the people that helped his sister when she was hurting. I'd like to share with you a few words that Jameson, as we were talking to him, because he wanted to know, where are you guys going? What are you doing? And I said, we're going to speak for your sister, and we're going to tell everyone how important she was to you. And this is what he said. Tell everyone my name is Jameson. I'm 7 years old. My sister's Harmony. I love Harmony. I miss her. I hope I get to see her again. My sister had beautiful blue eyes, and we smile alike. I liked having fun with her on the playground. She gave me a broken Elmo toy that was hers. I still have that, but I have the Minnie Mouse pillow and a new Elmo that's not broken. I keep it in my closet for her. I'm really sad she's an angel. I miss her. She was my best friend. I hope she can see me playing basketball, being silly with my brothers. And I wish I could bring Harmony to my school to meet my friends and my teacher. She loves the color purple and Minnie Mouse. I made a heart for her in purple and red with mirrors so I can look for her in heaven. I hope she sees me. The red is for my heart and the purple is for her. I love my sister. I miss her. I hope she's eating M&Ms in heaven. I hope her glasses are safe and not broken. And I miss you, and I will always love you, big sister. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, finally, with us today is Harmony's foster mother, Michelle Rafferty. Harmony was alive for 66 months in this world. And for 44 of those months, she was with the Raffertys, Michelle and her husband, Tim. They've both prepared a statement as well and would like to speak with you today.
Oh, my heart. You know, I don't really have words. It's just, let's listen to Mrs. Her name isn't Rafferty, it's Raftree. But let's listen to her, okay? And then we're going to close it out.
Your Honor, I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak here today. This is truly the hardest thing I've ever had to do. My name is Michelle Raftery, and along with my husband and my 5 children, we have the privilege of being Harmony's foster family. We shared our hearts, our home, and our life with her, and she filled our lives with joy and laughter. We lost a daughter, and my children lost their sister. We grieve for her every day because we thought we'd always see her again. Harmony was full of life and always happy. We jokingly told her that she leaves a sparkle wherever she goes. She loved to be in the middle of everything that was going on, and she never missed a beat. Harmony always had two mummies, me and Crystal, but only had one daddy, and that was my husband, Tim. I am beyond grateful Harmony had the relationship with a loving daddy and knew what that relationship should look like. She loved being a sister and had an amazing bond with our youngest daughter. And when our second daughter had her baby, she was delighted to be an auntie. Harmony was a friend to everyone, but she also had a best friend named Dominic. She loved going to church and loved going to school. She loved Minnie Mouse, playing outside, playing dress up, playing house, and loved to cuddle. She had a large community that she loved, and they loved her. She was kind and compassionate and always willing to share, even her Oreo cookies and favorite doll stroller. Since everything came to light, I have had trouble sleeping and concentrating. We had to explain to our children things that we never wanted them to hear and explain to them why a father who was supposed to love and protect her was being arrested for murder. Your Honor, I'm asking you to give Adam the fullest sentence. Adam is hateful and selfish and continues to be so by not telling us where her body is. Adam knew he could have brought Harmony back to us. He had options, but always chose himself each time. He never put Harmony first. There were consequences for his actions, and he will have to live with them the rest of his life. Our family is strong and beginning to heal by the grace of God. We know Harmony is safe in the arms of Jesus, never to be hurt again. So despite the evil brought to light in this trial, we will continue to move forward in love because love wins. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your camera's on, babe. Did you want it on?
Yeah, I wanted to show you the pretty sunset me and Emmy.
Oh,
looked at
show
for a
me.
second. See?
Let me see.
Can you see it?
Oh, no,
Can you
because
see
you're
it?
frozen. No, because
Oh
you're frozen,
no.
babe.
Well, that sucks. What's it frozen on? It's so pretty.
It's frozen on your face and the water.
Now is that better? No?
No, it's still doing the same thing.
Well, shit. Sorry.
Aw, that's the thought that counts, babe. And thank you,
Just 'cause
Ableist. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Whoever got, let's see who got it. Solo Sock. Solo Sock got the membership. Be sure to thank Abellis. I'm sorry, you guys. That one, the Jameson's dads and the foster mom just like got me right in the absolute feels. Oh boy. All right. Oh, I love this, Tess. Tess says, love always wins. Thank you for this, Jen, Lou, and Allie. Love you both. Love you all. Harmony is safe and joyful with Jesus. Amen. We love you too. We love all of you guys. Love does always win. You know, that is also the saying that Krusha uses. It's something that Charles Vallow said. And
yes.
I have been keeping up with that case and what's going on with it. And we'll get back to doing the recaps and all of the things because, you know, but I did not want to. Oh, now I can see it. Oh my gosh, you guys, look, it's gorgeous. Hold on, let me see if I can make Allie the full screen.
Relaxing.
Hold on, how do I do that? Shit. Not like that. How do I make you the full screen?
Click on the little thing in the top right corner of my picture, the little human. There you go. See? Just so pretty on the water. Hello?
Sorry, it's gorgeous. Hold on.
Pretty.
Why does it not? Oh, here we go, like this. Okay, put it back, and then it'll still let you talk to me. Okay, now I got it. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Okay,
hear you
good.
again.
Oh, it's
pretty,
so
though.
pretty. It's gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous.
Can't wait for the dolphins to be coming up here, but it has to be kind of hot, like for a while
Yeah,
for that.
that
But
happens, I think, at the end of the month, beginning of June, doesn't it?
yes, and I can't wait. Oh my god!
I know. I can't wait. You better send me lots of pictures. You know I love the dolphins. They're my favorite.
I will for sure. I'm gonna bring you up here, make you come visit me.
All right. I have a feeling that we're going to have a very good time.
Yes,
So
we'll be
much
on the
fun.
trampoline.
Hell yeah, we will. All right, you guys. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. And thank you, Allie, for being here. I just appreciate and love all of you guys. I really do. And Harmony is at peace, and she's not scared, and she's not afraid, and she's not living in terror anymore. And she's smiling down and watching out for her siblings. And, you know, she wouldn't want us to carry around, you know, anger and hate in our hearts. And so I do think, as angry as I am at what Adam did, and as angry as I am at him refusing to say up till this point where Harmony is, I'm going to have to let it go, and the universe will take care of Adam in the way that the universe sees fit. And yeah, but I like I started to say, I am still keeping up with both trials. And we will be recapping and also this weekend, I want to get back to doing the video visits and the calls. So I
Yeah,
hope we
I
can
can't
get
wait.
back to that.
We can definitely get back to it. And yeah, I mean, I've today. Oh my God, Jen, did you know that today, the homeowner's wife was on the stand on Karen Reed? Albert?
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw that. And I was listening to both trials, and I said that tonight, like, I'm gonna just re-listen to her, which I know is technically cheating, but also those jurors that are sitting on the Karen Reed trial, they only have to pay attention to that trial. I have to pay attention to Daybell too. So yeah, I feel like me and Allie can have a little pass if we need to rewind, but I
Yeah.
want to definitely focus on her testimony. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
So maybe we can get back to doing that like tomorrow night or something. But I definitely wanted to cover this tonight for sure. And don't forget, starting right now, head on over to Melissa Jade's. I'll tell you what's happening. She is going over the Mara Murray case, and Tess is helping her with that. Hold on. And I think, but I don't know
Shay
if,
and Mal.
what?
Shay and Mal.
Yes. Are they all? Yes, they are all doing
Yes.
it. Let's see. Yes. So it's Malicious Intent, Shay Benet and Tess and Melissa Jade. And she's probably waiting for me to shut the F up so she can go live, because she's good like that. So let's all go over there to Melissa Jade's. Let me get this. Let me share this out to you guys in the chat right now.
And it's a Bendy and Alley rally, or a
yes,
Bendy Wendy Alley rally.
Bendy and Jen bringing people together again.
Allie and Jen, not Bendy and Jen.
What I said, that's what I meant.
Bendy.
Allie and Jen bringing people together again. Y'all come over here on this link right now. All right, I will let everybody
Perfect.
go. You
Yes,
guys,
and then Natasha said ATS too at 9.
yes,
So
at 9. At 9, ATS News has a live, and I will be over there to support too. So
yes,
thank you guys all for being here. Make sure you give your girl a thumbs up, and tell. Oh, you know what? When y'all go over there, tell her Large Marge and Allie sent you. All right.
Love you guys. Love you, Bendy. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.